Hello, everybody. So I thought I'd do another update, another rocket diary for you now, just to tell you how things are going with this idea that I have to build rockets to try and get to space and all this sort of thing. And yeah, I I was hunting around for prices for 3D printing a rocket engine out of carbon ceramic composites not so very long ago, and wasn't really having all that much success. It turns out that a lot of 3D printed carbon composite products can't really take the sorts of temperatures that I need it to be able to take. So I need the combustion chamber and there won't be a turbo pump on the initial kind of like rocket that I was intending to build, or the initial engine that I was intending to build, like just fuel injectors and valves and things. No like staged combustion cycles or anything like that. Just pump it into the engine and burn. I um I how can I go about building turbo pumps? Like, I can't go about building turbo pumps without 3D printing. That's not fucking possible. Well, or it is like, but how am I gonna? I'd had to employ a staff of engineers just to build the turbo pump, just to design it and machine it and create the fucking thing. I think even with 3D printing, if I can build, and the thing about the combustion chamber, that's one issue, right? But this whole issue of a turbo pump, if that's what I want to end up having in an engine, right? Which in fairness, I do want it to end up at a proper rocket engine, right, with turbo pump and everything. And like, do you like know like what a turbo pump's got to withstand? It's got to withstand temperatures of 6,000 Fahrenheit. Oh God. But not merely that, like the turbo pump is the bit of the rocket engine which to me just seems like enchanted machinery or something, or just some bizarre kind of like almost magical, mystical thing, isn't it? A turbo pump. It withstands temperatures of 6,000 Fahrenheit. It spins at 30,000 RPM, and it's the whole thing. It's this combination of speed of the mechanism, the sheer temperatures of it, and the pressure involved, like 300 psi of pressure. That's not a small number of psi. It's a very large number of psi. Well, I guess there's higher pressures than that, but it's 6 times the pressure of a car tire. So that's a very large amount of pressure, isn't it? Really? I mean, car tires they're not under a small amount of pressure. 50 psi isn't nothing, is it? But anyway, turbo pump. But no, I was trying to get this um prices for 3D printing a rocket engine out of carbon fiber, a combustion chamber, and fuel injectors, and nothing else. And I spoke to this one guy, is like a really promising Swiss company offering 3D printing out of composites, or it seemed like they wanted. It seemed like they'd be able to do it. So he arranged a sort of sales call. He said, "Oh, we 3D print out of plastics. Oh, the maximum temperature our products can withstand is 200 degrees centigrade." Like, well, that's obviously not enough now, is it? I did say I was building a rocket engine. Like, what rocket engines do you know of that like run at 200 degrees Celsius? No offense, because they don't. None of them do. They're on at 3,300 degrees centigrade. So what are the other options? I can get it printed. I can probably get it printed out of metal. Turbo pump. I, I just want to. What I'm imagining in my mind is like at some point having in like a workshop or office of mine just an engine that looks like a rocket engine, like an RS-25 space shuttle engine or something. I guess that's where I'd like it to end. Well, not end, but that's one like destination. What you see what I mean? So unbelievably vexing because Oh, Relativity Space did it. They did it. They did it all with 3D printers, but they did it in-house with a team of engineers who all know about 3D printing and things. And basically, the whole rocket that they built is built on 3D, is built on 3D printed components. I suspect the few components that they built that aren't 3D printed are probably things like the turbo pump, though. Has anyone 3D printed a turbo pump for, like, these are things I can Google, but I just haven't, since I'm at the bottom of a glut of a huge number of things I could Google and or want to Google, but haven't. I've researched the possibility that, like, people are taking very seriously the idea of using carbon matrix composites, or no, sorry, ceramic matrix composites to build a turbo pump. And building a ceramic turbo pump sounds like a very good idea, frankly. Saves on weight, crucially. But can it spin at 30,000 RPM, and can it take 300 psi of pressure simultaneously? Since, I mean, it's ceramic composite, so they can clearly withstand 6,000 Fahrenheit, because they can probably withstand up to about 5,000 degrees centigrade. But is it going to be able to spin at 10 times the speed of sound? So that's what 30,000 RPM is, 10 times the speed of sound. Turbo pumps spin at Mach 10. Driven by gas from the pre-burners. Yeah, well, what else was I saying? Yeah, well, can it take all those things? In principle, I think it is probably possible to 3D print a ceramic turbo pump, which is what I wanted to end up doing, and then installing that onto a rocket engine modeled loosely on, I think, probably an F1 engine or RS-25. As this is burning LOX and kerosene, it'll probably be the F1 engine scaled down. Which isn't, like, I'd have to say, all that complicated looking as a rocket engine. It's still regeneratively cooled, isn't it, the F1 engine? I've got a diagram of that actually right behind this. It doesn't say that it is. It doesn't say that it is regeneratively cooled. Like thrust chamber nozzle extension, that looks like regenerative cooling to me. But then again, I could be wrong even. So easy, so simple, seeming. It's so enticing, rocket science. It really is. Like, look at it. It's so like, it seems so simple. Fuel and oxidizer, like, burned in a combustion chamber, driven out through a nozzle, or out for a frost chamber. Like, well, the combustion chamber is part of the thrust chamber, isn't it? The whole thing, the nozzle and the combustion chamber, is the thrust chamber, as I understand it. It is. It's simpler than a jet engine. It's simpler than an internal combustion engine. Is it simpler to make than either of those things? No, it isn't. It's not simpler to make. Harder to make. Temperature and pressure. Power of what you're burning. The amount of the energy is contained in what you're burning, and like how much of it you're burning at any given time, thereby obviously leading to huge temperatures and pressures. And that is the issue here. Why do they keep making different rocket engines? They're different. Also, why do they make any rocket engines after the Saturn V F1 engine? Why they were experimenting with different propellants, weren't they, with the space shuttle burning hydrogen and whatnot? And oh my days, I hate people who say "oh my days." I hate that phrase. It's just redundant, like mess of words. I am still going to try and do this. I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to do this, trying to build liquid-fueled rocket engines. I'm going to devote myself to it entirely in my spare time. I will see this done. That's the bottom line. It's just very challenging. It takes like people, it's like Elon Musk years to do it. With all that money, all those brains, all that like brain power at his disposal. I'm getting there, but I think I'm still in the learning phases with this. I can't jump the gun on it. Start building rocket engines now. Then again, I'm thinking like on a very small scale, I probably could. It's so tantalizing. No, I need to learn more about it. So that's really where I'm at with building rocket engines. Nowhere. Not very far with it anyway. Like a few months into announcing this project. I haven't really got anywhere with it. It's a shame. Oh, I must get something 3D printed. Just yeah, I'm gonna stick with my original plan. I'm gonna 3D print. I'm going to fuck turbopumps. That needn't worry about anything like that for the moment. Needn't worry about actually producing something that can fly. Just something that can withstand the combustion. Just something that can withstand the pressures and temperatures. That'll be good enough at the moment, I think. Just something that can get the nice burn of it that you need. Hopefully shock diamonds. Let's not hope for too much at once. That's where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Love you lots. Bye.